Hello, welcome to the stream. How are we doing? How are we feeling today? Big ups to everyone tuning in. We got a few players to talk about tonight. Bro, YouTube hates me. Impossible. Oh, I hope we can get that sorted. I'll see. By the way, new profile picture, which is cool. Let's have a look. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. Nice. Hard to not like that. Anyways, big ups for tuning in. We got some players to talk about. If you have not been keeping up with the Twitter news, we've had all sorts of rumours as of late, such as Marmoush, Abdu, Cody, McAtee, Grealish, and Ederson. You know, those five just off the top of my head. And I know there's others out there that we can also talk about. Any players that you guys want to talk about as well, we'll have a look into, of course. Hey, this is Sissy. Big ups. How you doing? Anyway, so we're gonna jump straight into a share screen in just a moment. I'm just gonna pull up our first player. I'm also gonna find a YouTube video that we can watch. I'm gonna have to watch it on mute because the videos have probably got copyrighted music. Just so we can. I hate to be that guy, but no, we're not. No, we're not going to watch videos on this guy. We're just going to have a look at some of his stats because I'm saving that for a different thing. I apologise for that. Littler 4-1 so far. Is that the guy that plays darts? Did Mo Salah say that it's his last year? I believe he did. I did see something on a Sky Sports interview, but he said that there is a bit more to it than just that quote. That quote's been pulled out of context. He basically says like it's his last year as of now. The contract talks aren't really going anywhere at the moment. No real progress has been made. So he's basically saying if the season ended now, it would be his last year. But I don't think he's writing off the stay. But I think he's treating it like his last year because it very well could be. I think is what he's going with. Anyways, we're going to pull up Marmoush. Now, if you watched my latest YouTube video, feel free to. I spoke about Marmoush quite a bit. Gave him a good couple minutes of time, and we're going to have another look at him here. We're not going to spend too long on him, but like I said, we're going to have a good look at him now. So if you'll just give me a second to share my screen with you guys, so that you guys are having a look at what I'm seeing. Here we are. So here he is. He's had tons of minutes this season. Started every single game, and he's been been involved in over half of Frankfurt's goals. He joined Frankfurt last season, FYI. First season. Well, have a look at both of his seasons, but here's how he's doing right now with 18 goals and 12 assists. It's incredible numbers. Look at that just in the Bundesliga alone, getting goal contributions almost every game. His biggest drought of the season of getting no goal contributions have been 2 games on the trot. And if you look at the incredible amounts of minutes he's playing this season, just look at that: 90, 90, 90, 90, 81, 90, 73, 81, 90, 90, 90, 90, 85, 90, 80, 69. He's played an absolute ton of minutes this season, and you can understand why when he's pulling in the numbers that he is, even in Europa League: 27, 69, 69, 90, 63, 90. And here, 90, 27. He's getting involved and he's getting a lot of minutes in every game he's playing. Even in the games he's not starting, 27 minutes and 27 minutes. He's still getting time on the pitch where he can make an impact. Look at that, a goal. And a goal that, by the looks of it, wins them the game if he was only on the field for 27 minutes. And look here, look, they lose the game, but he gets a goal within the 27 minutes he played. So he's clearly a player that can make a good impact in a full 90 minutes or just in half an hour. You know, he's clearly got that in his locker, which is good to have that kind of player that can create when you need him to. You know, can make an impact off the bench just as much as he can make an impact when he actually plays. Look at that, 30 goal contributions this season alone. Let's check out his first season, because I know it wasn't as hype as this one. 17 goals, 6 assists. Still pretty decent. You know, that's by no means a bad spell. You know, that's not bad at all, if you ask me. Especially for a debut season. He's still quite young. He's 25. He'll be 26 in February. So, you know, he's clearly a top player, especially based off this season. You know, people will say, oh, Farmers League. But this is more than Farmers League numbers, you know. It's not like he's playing for Bayern as well. He's playing for Frankfurt. Frankfurt, by no means, are usually your title contenders. But look at that, 13 goals, 8 assists. He's just pulling in unbelievable numbers. Free streams for you today. Yeah, I knew I had to fit in these streams, because if I didn't do this stream today, then I wasn't going to do it tomorrow because I have a live watch long. I wasn't going to do it next day because I'm going to obviously watch Liverpool United, and it'll be on Monday when there's probably a whole new ton of wave of news, hopefully, to cover. And that would just be huge. And I had to do West Ham preview today, and I need to do some Connect Gaming because I haven't done that in a few days. So, yeah. But big ups. Big ups. Wait there. Let's just open a tab on my computer. Oh, have I forgotten to put the thumbnail on this video? I think I might have. Have I forgotten to put the thumbnail on this video? FYI? FYI, for your information. And that means anything. I'm going to have to fix that real quick, because I like to have my thumbnails on. I did make one after all. Yeah, I have. Oh, man. I don't remember the last time I did that. But, nonetheless, I'll speak about Marmoush a little bit longer. If we could bring him in, he'd obviously play on... Well, his main position, I believe, is the left wing. But to my knowledge, he can play off the left, he can play off the right. Right, I'm not 100% sure on, actually. But I know he can play off the left. I know he can play striker. And I know that he can play, I believe, at cam. So those are already 3 positions that we could use him for. And if he could play left wing, then he'd probably do a job on the right wing. So he could play anywhere along the front 4 by that logic. Which is exactly what we like, you know. Pep likes a versatile player. That is so clear. Like, look at Bernardo, who plays most games of football because he can play off the right wing, he can play in the DM, he can play at the CM, he can play at the cam, he can play on the left wing, and he can probably do false 9 if you ask him to. You know, some areas he does better than others, you know, no doubt about that. But the fact that he can do that amount of positions is why he gets the minutes he does, because in a game where Pep wants to play, I know, Phil Foden on the right, but he also wants to play Bernardo, he can fit him in somewhere else. He's not a one-trick pony, is basically what I'm trying to say in terms of his position. It shows you on it. Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna put the thumbnail on right now. I do have a thumbnail made for this. Won't take me a minute. Customization. There it was. Thumbnail. Just gotta put this in. Bingo. Alright, thumbnail should go up in just a minute. If you want to check it out, feel free to. But anyways, where was I? Marmoush. Yeah, Marmoush. If you look at it there, he's played 3 games on the left. So he's played most games at the centre forward area this season. 18 of his 24 games have been there. He's played 3 here. He's played 1 there, and he's played 1 there. So he can do the job. Oh wait, that was 20. Oh wait, no, that is this season. Sorry. So really, he's been a striker as opposed to more of a winger. He's been a striker, and that is really good for us because it means he can put the pressure on Haaland. If Marmoush joins, he's going to want minutes. And Haaland is his competition. And let's have a quick look at Haaland. Bear in mind, 30 goal contributions in 24 games. Quick peek at Erling Haaland, if this will load. Come on. Why it's taking so long? Alright, whilst that takes a while, I believe Haaland's got 18 goals for us. Something like that. I don't know why this is taking so long. There you go. Thinking out, what was that about? I thought that was going to be this season then. No, that's no way that's this season. And you look at Haaland's minutes for this season, played every game at striker. He's on 19 goals, which is just 1 more than Marmoush. He's got 1 assist, and he's played 26 games. He's played 2 more games than Marmoush, and he's only gotten 1 more goal, and he's only got 1 assist. He's a whole 10 goal contributions behind Marmoush. If Marmoush can provide the output of Haaland, can provide the goals of Haaland, and can create almost just as well, then Haaland's definitely got some top, tough competition ahead of him if Marmoush was to join the club. And I think striker competition, just like competition all over the pitch, but I think especially striker is so important for any team. 6 years ago, 6 years ago today, best Prem game ever in terms of quality. Should be getting 30 centimetres of snow tonight. Hope you get some. Transfers on Instagram post about Marmoush. No Chick-fil-A sauce, says Frost Fury. Welcome to the chat. Did you always have the wrench there? Welcome to the chat though, lad. Hope you're well. But yeah, to finish up on Marmoush, the bottom line is he can be big competition for Haaland, and I think we desperately need that. Moving on though to who we thinking. Ederson, and obviously not our Ederson, but Atalanta's Ederson, 25 years old. He will also be 26 next year, but in the summer. He's been at Atalanta for 2 years come the summer, and he's been going up ever since. This season, 3 goal contributions, by no means bad. For a DM. CM DM, it looks like. He's played a couple more games at CM than he has DM. Well, I say a couple, a few. A good few. I don't know tons about this guy. I know he's Brazilian. I know that he's highly rated at Atalanta. 50 million speaks for itself. And I know that a few clubs have looked at him in the past. I know Liverpool have had their eye on him before. Might still have their eye on him now. Let's have a look at his injury record, because Marmoush covered his injury record in the last stream. And look at that. That's banging. That's his whole... Oh, wait. Oh, still banging. That's his whole career, FYI. He's missed 2 games to injury in his whole career. Really good injury record. The wrench is new because I wasn't admin in This is Sissy Streams. I see. Connect, great stream and great explanation so far. Big ups. Appreciate that. Yeah. I'm not going to act like I watch Ederson every week. Okay, what I'm seeing here is basically not my first time ever seeing him. I have watched games of Atalanta before. Don't worry, I'm not that in the dark. But this is me properly looking into some of his standard stats. I know that he's a key cog in Atalanta's team. Just look at the starts. He's had 5 starts out of the 5 games he's played in the Champions League. He's completed the full 90 in each one. And just look at this as well, insane minutes. He's only been subbed in once in terms of league games. And which one would have that been? Either way, the shortest amount of minutes he's played in a league game so far is 56 minutes. That being the game he probably got subbed on in. He probably got subbed in on this one. I don't know why so early, or maybe there's just a ton of added time, but nonetheless, just insane amount of minutes, insane. This one got subbed in, unlucky to lose this game, but again, just only played 34 minutes. Plays an incredible amount of minutes, which is just kind of what we need. Rodri plays a ton of minutes, and we thank him for it, but every midfielder needs a rest. And Ederson will eventually need a rest too. Hopefully we can give him that by him kind of rotating a bit with Rodri and helping him out. But for now, he will be joining this season's squad and having to really help steady our midfield. And in terms of what City said, bring some midfield steel to us. What have we got here? Oh, Jesus, a lot of comments. It was quite good. Actually, maybe kind of sad that they are enemies. The friendship was immense. Stay away from my brother. Bellingham penalty miss. Connect, who would be the best signing for this window? What, for us? It's between Marmoush and Ederson. It just comes down to what you think we need more. Do you think we need help in our attack? Do we need a bit of help there? Or do you think our midfield is in more urgent need? I do think that signing Abdu, by the way, would be a really good signing. We need a bit of help in our defence. I haven't seen a lot of him. I've merely seen a couple clips, and I think he looks banging. We will look at Abdu, by the way, before anyone asks about that. But, again, Ederson, look, clearly a good midfielder, to say the least. Moving on to someone that could be leaving the club, really depending on how January goes for him in Manchester City. James McAtee. Look, in terms of his minutes this season, they've been disgraceful, if we're being honest. Just look at this. Before the Leicester game where he actually got to shine, he'd had a minute in each of these games, rotting on the bench for all of these. Had a good game against United and never got rewarded for it. And even performances in the Cup, where I don't think he was bad by any means, doesn't seem to have shined with goal contributions, but completed 90 minutes, and the academy lads against Tottenham put up a hell of a fight as well. Didn't cower away from it, didn't show fear. Mbappe goal offside, but Connect 3 streams is crazy, by the way. Big ups. I really want McAtee to stay, but it just depends on how we treat him in January. If I was McAtee, trust me, I'd probably want out as well, to be honest, with how he's been treated playing with City. Well, the lack of playing with City, to be honest. Look at the games he's been subbed in here. Got subbed on and with 21 minutes left here, which isn't too bad for minutes. But look here, the game was done already at these points. There was no worry at this point. He was merely getting minutes because Pep didn't have to worry. He's played a total of 9 games. He's had not even 5 games worth of minutes so far. It's probably more like 3 to 4 games worth of minutes. I think it's almost 4, if my math is right in my head. Yeah, it's almost 4, not even 4 full games of minutes worth. And it's just incredible to see that a player of such high quality, Newcastle eyeing him up, Dortmund have looked at him before. It's so hard to look. Look at his numbers here for the youth sides. He's always been racking up numbers since he was playing for the under-18s, playing for City's team. And even at Sheffield United, in the season that they got promoted, he was a crucial key for helping them. As was Tommy Doyle, who now plays for Wolves. I think this is City. Always wanted a brother. I have 3 and extra 3 dogs. Connect spot on. You going to a game this season? I'd like to, but the honest answer is probably not. But look, I would absolutely love to do a match day vlog one day on this channel. I'd put everything into it, and going to the Etihad for a 3rd time it would probably make whatever month I'm in, because honestly, the 2 times I've been to the Etihad, the atmospheres weren't fantastic. I'm not going to sit here and lie. One of them was against Wickham, but just being there in a seat watching the game, the players merely feet away from me, it just feels different. And then when a goal goes in and you're screaming and you're shouting, there's no feeling like it. It's brilliant. I would really like to, though. Now, I've been twice. I went to 6-1 Wickham. I remember that game. Wickham actually scored first, and I was like, oh, no. And then I went to Wolves 1-0, where Raheem Sterling scored a penalty. I can't do a backflip, I'm afraid. If I could, then I would consider doing that. Connect thoughts on McAtee. Play him. Give him a chance. He had a chance to impact the game against Leicester, and he did. Had a huge involvement in making the goal. Plays the ball to De Bruyne, who then plays it to Savinho, who then plays it into Haaland. If McAtee doesn't make that run down the right-hand side, a run that we've been waiting for all game, no one did a run quite like that. McAtee, quite literally the first chance he got to do it, he did it. And if anyone did it that game, it definitely wasn't the man who he got subbed on for, Phil Foden. Now then, truth be told, I don't think Phil Foden belongs on the wing. I think his best performances come in that midfield. But McAtee, he played on the wing, and I think he did decent. I believe he played on the wing against Leicester anyway. But that's enough of McAtee. Let's move on to another player that's been rumoured for exit. Specifically looking at a move to Tottenham and Newcastle, as have been reported interested. Look, this season he's had 2 assists for City, not pulling in numbers. He's played just over 10 games worth of minutes, 10 and a half almost. So he's had good enough minutes to pull in numbers. Recently, he's been a little bit in and out of the squad. Was out of the squad for 3 games in a row here. I can't remember what the reason was. And last season, his numbers last season, not great either. I believe this is actually his worst season for numbers. If I quickly skim through all of his numbers now, there's 16 goal contributions. And then here we've got 10 goal contributions. Last season was his worst for goal contributions, and this season isn't exactly looking to bear more fruit, considering one of his assists came against Watford. He's not delivering. Most games he's playing a lot of minutes. He gets fouled a lot, which is good and all, but he's not impacting games. If you want to finish off a game and slow the game down, maybe Grealish is your man. But Grealish, to be getting the minutes he does over a player like McAtee, for example, he doesn't bring enough impact by your large imaginations. And you might say, well, your other wingers aren't exactly producing numbers either. They're producing more than Jack Grealish is. Savinho, in a season where he's been getting not hailed at, I haven't seen insane hate for Savinho, but I've seen people going at him. In a season where Savinho's having, no one said flop, but flop season, he's got 7 goal contributions, 5 more than Jack Grealish. And look, Jeremy Doku, I know he's got at least 6. Quick look at Jeremy Doku. Won't take me 7. He's also got 7 goal contributions. So, look, Jack Grealish is behind our wingers that are playing poorly. Look, in terms of our wingers on a whole, the overall quality is not great. But Doku and Savinho are producing more than Jack Grealish has in any of the minutes he's had this season. Don't speak about McAtee. We have Man United saving Mateus Nunes. Can't believe our damn players might save them for relegation. With all respect, I'm sick of him. Absolutely sickening. Missed 8 games, not due to injury, and is in his City career. Most out of any City player. I have a problem. I'm sleeping in my room every night as my uncle, so I can't hear everything you say. Sorry. No problem. No problem, lad. It's fine. Remember Ronaldo's block for Watford, the legendary one. I actually can't remember it. But yeah, Jack Grealish, look. For me, I think he can flourish elsewhere. At City, he has to play a very different role than he did at Villa, and I just don't think he can quite do it. If we're going to sell him, we've got to sell him sooner rather than later. It's got to be this summer because, look, he's turning 30 soon. You know, he'll be 30 early into next season. He's not got super long at the top level left. You know, he's maybe got 4 years tops. You know, we're running out of time to make good money for him. You know, he's already worth less than half of what we bought him for. You know, the time is drawing near, and at the rate he's going, that's only going to go more and more down. You know, before you know it, it'll be 40. Grealish must go. Put me, put you, put Frost in this team. I guarantee we get at least 1 goal in 13 months. By the way, I'm doing a GK career in FC24. I'm better than Onana, Ederson, and Alisson. But problem is, sometimes the game makes me dive the wrong way, and I can't save a pen. I know. Let's be honest, if he wasn't English and his name was Mateus Nunes, he would have been gone by now. Yeah, the English tax, I think, is saving him a bit. Now then, onto the name that we are most linked to, because we've had the biggest source speak about him, is Abdou Kader Kusanov. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know everything about him. I hadn't heard of him until last night. But recently, more than ever, he's been balling it for Lens. He's 20 years old. He's got an assist. And I know against PSG, apparently he played really, really well. You know, he's quite young. Can we find out what foot he is? Because that would be nice. Don't know what foot he is, but either way, you know, that'd be quite good. He's not worth a ton. You know, a deal is estimated to be worth about 25 million. 25 million for a player that could be as good as what he's sounding to be could end up being a bargain. We need help at the back, of course we do, because injuries are hindering us because we can't make an established back line. But if we bring in this guy who, look, I know he's only 20, but he hasn't picked up any injuries or hasn't recorded any injuries as of yet. Hopefully he can continue going down that line and we can make an established partnership with him and maybe another centre-back. I'm not asking this guy to come in and be first choice, of course I'm not. But if he can come in, play, maybe... Hey, imagine we got him before Salford and he got a game in. I don't think that'll happen, but imagine. Spending 100 million on Super Jack but not willing to spend it on Bruno G. Yeah, that is something. Wait till we buy Anthony for 200 mil. Yeah. He's faster than Mickey van der Ven at Tottenham. Yeah, there you go. Not just that, but like you said, he's quick. He's quick. You know, look at our defenders. Our quickest defender is probably Vardio, and then probably Ake, then Akanji. I'm not talking about Walker here. I'm mainly talking about everyone else. Not talking about Walker and Rico. I'm mainly talking about the guys that can actually play centre back. Vardy's probably our quickest. Ake's then Akanji, then toss up between Stones and Diaz. Stones and Diaz are not very quick. Diaz and Ake and Akanji are not slow, but not rapid either. But this guy is rapid. This guy is genuinely rapid. He can actually sprint. He can match quick players in terms of pace. No, I haven't. I haven't seen who Diaz is getting with. But yeah, I'm not going to speak about him too much because I intend to do a bit more content to do this guy soon, which will be good, hopefully. But look, if we sign him, it's really exciting. He's young, he's got years to develop with City, so we'll see how that goes for Abdu. That kind of covers the players I had in mind, to be fair. Any other players, though, we want to cover? We got briefly linked to Douglas Luiz, but I don't think we're going to get Douglas Luiz, to be honest with you. I don't know if I want to bring in a loan move. In terms of the likeliness of these transfers, by the way, I think Abdu's probably going to be the most... I think Abdu's probably the most likely because he's actually been linked big time. Then it's probably Marmoush. Then it's probably Ederson. And if in terms of Grealish or McAtee leaving in January, between those two, it's probably more likely to be McAtee, but that just depends on whether he gets the minutes that we feel he deserves. Be afraid of Man City monitoring and weighing up, approaching, investigating. Sorry, just saying all buzzwords journalists use for clicks. Oh, and testing the waters. Imagine Haaland gets ACL. Will we be done? Not if we sign Marmoush, is what I'd say. If Haaland does his ACL, then we need to sign a striker, and we need to sign a good one too. And I think at that point, you might as well be begging Marmoush to come into the club. But anyway, not my longest transfer video. I would like to do more, and hopefully I will do more as the transfer window goes on. The transfer window is always an exciting time, and I'm excited to see what becomes of this window. Big ups to everyone that's tuned in. I'm back tomorrow, of course, with the West Ham game. Oh, wait. Says this is Sissy. Okay. I'll give it. Alright. I'll give you a sec. I'll quickly wipe my glasses. Marmoush could be KDB replacement. Interesting. Okay. I'd need to watch more of Marmoush to really know. He plays very much striker at the moment. He plays very much a striker for Frankfurt, and of course we did mention he can play down there. But KDB replacement, how interesting. I did hop in for a few seconds, but I think that's what he said. Alright, cool. Alright, that could be something, I suppose. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Back tomorrow with West Ham. We need that win. Big time. Hopefully, it all goes smoothly. But knowing City, there'll always be some bumps in the road. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate your support as per usual. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like the stream because there are more on the way. Big ups to you all. And like I said, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.